Welcome to the Fashionista Life podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer Johnson. If you find yourself here, it may mean that you're looking for courage, clarity, or confidence in some part of your life. I interview experts in business, fashion, and life each week and share strategies for success, motivation, and mindset. If you want to learn more about the Fashionista Life and how I can help you grow your business as an extension of yourself and help transform you into a confident entrepreneur, check out my website, thefashionistalife.com. or join our private Facebook group at Clear Confident Female Entrepreneur. Now let's get started. Today we welcome into the studio Tasheekia Harris. Miss Harris was born and raised in Florida and has a really diverse background, from modeling, oh my goodness, and being a business owner to being an ordained minister. I love that. Love it. And she has worked with adults and kids for over 20 years to encourage positive growth in their lives. And her program is in local schools as well as the Boys and Girls Club, which is where I met you.
Yes.
And you've been featured in TV and podcasts and magazines for empowering and encouraging mindset. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. What an honor to be a part of the Fashionistas.
You know, I remember the first time I met you, I'm like, you just have an aura around you. You have an energy that is a people attractor.
I remember you saying that. And I get it a lot. And I think people, regardless of how we try to fluff things, they know when it's genuine.
I totally agree with that. And from the minute I met you, so I volunteered doing a program for young girls at the Boys and Girls Club. And I remember the day I met you. I probably even remember what you were wearing. Because, you know, we both love fashion, I think. And we love the color pink, I found out.
Yeah.
And I just was blown away. And then to read all about you, you know, ordained minister and just such a diverse background. But that brings me to the business that you created, the Crowning Daughters for Success.
Yes.
What is that?
Crowning Daughters for Success is an enrichment program. I customize programs to assist girls with being a better version of themselves. I have customized these programs for organizations throughout Southwest Florida and throughout the states, actually. And my main focus, my main why is to build strong girls so that we do not have to repair broken women. So because the programs are customized, they are tailored to assist in personal growth, personal development, self-esteem, healthy relational building, as well as social skills, social etiquette. And we want the overall girl to be courageous, confident, and on purpose.
So I want you to go back to what you said, something about so we don't have to fix broken women. What was that saying? That was very good.
Building strong girls so that we do not have to repair broken women. If we help them now, we won't have to repair them later. And so is it too late for the woman who's broken? Absolutely not. That's why we have individuals as yourself and others who are out there every single day implementing something that brings life and new perspectives. And so, but we don't want them broken.
Right.
Now, they may get hurt. Their feelings may get a little bruised, but we don't want them broken. And there's enough of us to prevent that.
So now, when you see these young girls, you know, what is, you know, it's basically building that good foundation, right? You want to build it on something strong and continue building on it, right? So that it doesn't crumble when they get their feelings hurt, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, what are you seeing in girls that is like the number one thing that really just shatters them? Or is there not one thing?
There's a couple of things, but the main thing is a lack of self-awareness. And when I say self-awareness, they are aware of how beautiful they are, how well-dressed they are, but they're not aware of their attitude. They're not aware of their fears. They're not aware of those inward standards that every girl should have. And so when they're not aware of the important things, then they magnify the non-important things and they get lost in life. So on social media, once you get 1,000 likes, 500
Oh
likes,
gosh.
then it makes you aware that individuals are connected to you. And you feel like I have to keep doing this to keep getting applause. And that is what our girls have shifted their focus to.
So kind of like a false sense of I am it.
False sense of self.
Right. Because what you know what? Okay, so looking back at, I'm guessing we're maybe similar in age. I don't know.
I'm 48.
Oh my gosh, so am I. So, for us growing up, what did we not have, right? We did not have Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or any of those things.
Absolutely not.
And what is your thought on all of that drawing into, the state of our children right now, our girls growing up?
Yeah. According to research, social media and cell phones have been top rated in connection to anxiety, depression, and a lack of self awareness. You see so many girls getting what you want, so you stop being you so that you can be them to get the attention that they are getting. It is a big deal. And many parents, because we did not grow up on technology, it's taken us a minute to get technology.
Right?
So we have girls who parents think they're checking their phone and they have apps behind apps, honey.
Oh my gosh. There I am, technically disadvantaged because I didn't know that that's a possibility.
They have apps behind apps. And so how can I guide you as a parent if you're hiding your true self?
Right. Never thought of that, right? Because we are, we came in behind the 8 ball because we didn't have a clue, right?
Absolutely. Some of these teenagers have been using phones since they were 3 or 4.
Right, exactly. But now you think about also what it does to not just the younger kids, right? But even women.
Absolutely.
Right? We're seeing everybody in their picket fence, right? Their white picket fence in front of their house.
Absolutely.
And we think they have all their stuff together.
We think they have all their stuff together, and we downgrade and undermine who we are based on what other people are posting. And that is so unhealthy mentally, and it's even unhealthy spiritually. It's unhealthy to your spirit to think that you're less than because you do not have the same post that somebody else have. So it's a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, oh, wow. They look like they have their stuff all together and they're off here and they're off there, but that's not a direct correlation.
It is not. And being in the business and ministry that I'm in, I get the calls. I get the inboxes. I see the people who are looking so glamorous and they're booed up and they're on a yacht with their hair just flying, right? And then I get the inbox that says, I'm depleted.
Yeah.
I don't want to live anymore. My marriage is crumbling. And I'm like, I'm telling you what it is. I just have to keep up. I want people it makes me feel better that they think that I'm doing okay, but they're transparent with me.
So how does your ministry play into all that you're doing?
It is a big deal. So when I am customizing personal and professional development programs for various organizations, of course, I'm not preaching John 15, right? But that's when my light gets to shine. That's when my character and my integrity and my standards have the opportunity to be platformed. So they wonder, and then they ask, and then I'm able to share with them. And then what I also am privy of doing is I have speaking engagements throughout women empowerments, churches, youth groups, single ministry, mixed ministry. And I have the opportunity to preach the word of God, which is my first love.
Yeah. Wow. I love that. I mean, you, again, going back to, you are so diverse. You have so many different backgrounds that you've gained knowledge from, and you're imparting that knowledge on kids, which is, I've seen you work with kids.
Yeah.
And you're up there talking and I'm like, where'd that come from? Like, I mean, it's stuff that I wouldn't think about, and maybe I'm not self-aware, but it's just a very, very interesting. Originally
Mhm.
Like, is this an idea that you've had? How old is your business?
My business, I opened in 2006.
Oh my
So my
gosh.
business, Crowning Daughters for
Wow.
Success, has been in operation since 2006. I was the site director for Boys and Girls Club. Um, they have a partnership with Miracle, and so I headed a school, Lake Park Elementary. We incorporated the Miracle program
Mhm.
at that school, and for almost 5 years, I ran that program, and then I resigned to start the Crowning Daughters for Success. So the prior CEO of Boys and Girls Club, I just had a meeting and I said, I want to do more. I
Mhm.
want to reach more girls, and I want to be on my own empowerment terms. I love the books that you guys are giving
Mhm.
me, but I'm so creative in my own right. And there are many things that I want to impart in
Mhm.
boys and girls. I need it to be my own. And she agreed.
Oh,
And I
wow.
signed a contract that day, and I was in every school in Immokalee
Wow.
implementing the Mr. and Miss Manners program. And then it
Love it.
increased to all forms of personal development and personal development.
See, that's what I think is so cool because you just touched on manners.
Mhm.
And that's a slippery slope because, these days, there are not many kids who know how to say things,
Mhm.
do things,
Mhm.
what's proper, what's not,
Mhm.
gentlemen, open the door, or you open the door for someone, or you, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you, please, welcome.
Absolutely.
Right. And
Mhm.
I'm assuming, is that usually something that's really requested when you put together a program? Is
It
that like
is
one of the,
it is highly requested. At Boys and Girls Club, the students, they do not call me Miss Tasheekia or Mrs. Harris. They call me Miss Manners.
I
That's
love
how
it.
long we've implemented that
Oh.
program there, but it does wonders. And what it does, it helps young kids understand that talent and
Mhm.
academics, money, it will get you there, but character will keep you there. And so
Mhm.
we have to embed character related topics and activities within our school system, because we're creating a lot of smart kids that's rude.
You're right. That's very, very true. And where is that going to get you? Not far.
No,
If you
no.
take somebody who has the manners and the smarts and somebody who has the smarts, but they're a smarty pants.
You bet.
Good.
That's it.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. So it's a big deal. The Mr. and Miss Manners program, it actually won Boys and Girls Club Florida best program in 2017 out of all of the Florida Boys and Girls Club
Wow.
programs. And so it is a big deal. And you have to be creative, and you have to be inventful, and
Mhm.
you have to be relatable. But young people, they really do want structure. It is how we give it to them.
Right. I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is your closet overflowing? Or maybe your kids' closets are as well. Or maybe you just want to redecorate your house. If you're wondering what to do with all that stuff that you've accumulated, bring it all to True Fashionistas or even ship it to them for free, and they'll sell your unwanted items for you. They take away all the hassle by doing all the work, and all you have to do is collect your money. You can reach out to them online at truefashionistas.com, come into the store, or check them out on Facebook or Instagram, and that's truefashionistas.com. All right, friends, we are back in studio with Miss Tasheekia Harris.
Hey,
Should I call you
hey.
Miss Harris?
You can call me whatever you want.
We were just talking about manners, and I might have to have you on for a manners segment. Right?
It's a hot
It
topic.
is.
If we
Yeah.
don't get canceled, but it's definitely a hot topic.
Oh my gosh. I have some speed round questions. That's what I
Gotcha.
call them because um, it's just quick little questions I would love to just get your opinion on.
Okay.
Ambition or talent? What means more to success?
I would say ambition, because if you have talent without ambition, you are sitting on your talent. No one sees it, but ambition is going to be the driving force behind the talent.
The fire in the belly.
Fire in the belly.
Yeah, I agree with you. If you're giving advice to teens, what would be your number one piece of advice?
My number one piece of advice would be to honor your parents.
Mm.
there are many tricks out there in the world. And our parents want us to be better. Our parents actually want us to be better than they are or were.
Mhm.
And when we listen to our parents, we are in a safe place. When we go out of the confinement of our parents, then we are entering places that may lead us in a direction that we will have a lot of regrets. I will tell them, because so many girls feel like their moms are aggy naggy. And my number one advice to them, you listen to your mom, you will be in a
Mhm.
safer place. Your mom will tell you things that your friends will not tell you.
But to get them to actually listen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it does take a third party
Yeah.
to be like, your parents know better than you do right now.
Absolutely.
They've lived it.
They've lived it. I just gave my mom for her birthday a card, and the words on the card said, "You are right."
That's great because, right?
You are right. And
Mhm.
she was right the majority of the time. But I listened to friends, I listened to music, I listened to what they said, he said,
Mhm.
and I found myself right back at my mom's bedside.
Mhm.
You were right.
You know, that's kind of interesting. I was just having this conversation with someone else about, your child can be really, really smart and they're, 17, 18 years old, but they have not formed our brains as
Mm-mm.
adults. So
Mm-mm.
they can't process, they can't do all of the things that we see from the outside. Well, why don't you just do this? Because that's not there yet. Do you agree with
Absolutely.
that?
I totally agree. The brain is not developed until 23 to 25.
Is that just girls? And then
That's
boys is
it.
like 26?
I think boys are 40, but no.
Well, maybe it's 50,
Maybe.
Tasheekia. I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure. I can speak on the girls though. I'm joking. But yeah, and so when we take our children to college, or when our children, they're about to approach 18, we are saying, and you're grown, and
Mhm.
they're not grown.
No way. Mm-mm.
They're not. Their minds are not grown, and they still need guidance. They still need structure. They still need standards. And so I said, that would be my piece of advice, because that's who you always go back to.
Mhm.
You always go back to mom or dad.
You're right. That's very true. I love that. What has been your greatest achievement in life up to now?
My greatest achievement, I wish I could say that it was empowering thousands of individuals. But I would have to say the greatest thing I think I've ever done was give my life to Christ.
Mm.
Hands down, people get who I am because of him.
Mhm.
And because of the work he has done in me, in my mind, in my motives,
Mhm.
my creativity. And so that is my greatest achievement, because we can do so many things for people here and then miss the afterlife when we're
Mhm.
not here. And those people aren't there cheering you on. And you have to, face God head
Right.
on. And so that's one of my greatest achievement, not being a mom, not being a wife, not thousands of speaking engagements. Giving my life to Christ has been the best thing I could have ever done, because I'm not supposed to be here. Growing up with a teen parent, being able to do some of the
Mhm.
things that other people couldn't do, because my mom worked late hours.
Mhm.
I was totally on left field. It just didn't look like it.
Yeah.
So that choice,
Wow.
being brave enough to make that choice, especially in the world that we live in.
Mhm. You almost had me crying there for a
Uh-oh.
minute. I'm like, did you see my eyes?
I did.
I'm
You
like,
about to make me tear up. But it's the truth.
I love it.
Mhm.
I love it. You are, again, I go back to you. When you meet Tasheekia, you'll know what I mean.
Mm.
She just has something.
Thank you.
And you're just a shining star.
Thank
You're a shining star.
you.
If our guests want to get a hold of you, if our listeners want
Yes.
to talk to you or want to put together a program perhaps for their organization, how do they get a hold of you?
Yes, please. My website is www.cdfs2006.com.
Awesome. Fabulous. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolutely. I loved it.
And thank you, friends, for joining me today and every week here on The Fashionista Life, brought to you by True Fashionistas. If you want a deeper dive, head to my website, thefashionistalife.com. Sign up for my emails where we take a deeper dive each week into a new topic for your small business. Have a great day.